Continues. It's not stopping people from getting outside and getting active, but it is important to make sure that you don't get sidelined with a preventable injury this summer. We've got Dr. Dana Bitner back in studio from True Women's Health to talk about this, especially as women age. You know, it's not fun to be hurt and having to sit around during the summer, maybe with a broken ankle. So let's talk about how we can stay safe and really enjoy this season.
It's just so important to be prepared, right?
Yeah.
We just think we can keep doing all the things that we've done and it doesn't work out so well all the time. So it's about knowing that as our bodies change, that we can be prepared and be as active as we want to be.
Okay, so maybe not doing exactly what we did in our 20s, but as we age, especially over the age of 40, why does it become so important? How are our bodies changing?
Sure. Well, number one, we're losing muscle mass. So if we're not actively maintaining that muscle mass, unfortunately it decreases, and so we don't have that same strength, that same core strength. Okay. And so then we're at more risk, let's say, for low back strain. Our tissues get tighter, like our tendons and our ligaments get tighter, especially if we start to have hormone changes. So loss of estrogen makes us more likely to have that. We can get shoulder impingement or frozen shoulder from low estrogen. It's all linked, but if we're training with poor form or too much yoga, and maybe like stress fractures because we're starting to lose some of our bone strength. So if we're overtraining or we're not taking our calcium and vitamin D, we're at risk for stress fractures.
Okay, so what is it that we can do so we can still, you know, get out there and do what we want this summer? I've been hearing a lot about how important it is, especially now, to warm up before working out.
Yeah, and it's that active warm up, right? It's like walking lunges or some brief squats or a little bit of a jog before you go play tennis. Like just get warmed up. But it's also about stretching. Like for so many years, right? We can get away without having to do any stretching, and so we're able to just go, and if we don't stretch though, then we're at risk for injury. Keeping our bones strong again is super important. And recovery, a lot of us think about it as a luxury, like sleeping, that's a luxury, I can do that later.
It is a luxury for some of us, yeah.
I know, but you know, it's so important to prioritize that when we can, right? Because recovery is that secret weapon.
Yeah, and you know, I bought a foam roller on Amazon. I know that's great to have on hand too, to kind of loosen your muscles as well. Okay, and sleep, and then what else can we do?
So, well, you mentioned foam rolling to release our fascia. That's super important. And I think Jane is a perfect example. So Jane was really excited about going up north for the family vacation, and she had a really active family, 2 sons and her husband, and so she was used to doing everything, but she had had a really busy year at work. She had gained 10 pounds, not strength training, not stretching, and at 45 you can't get away with that so much. So Jane goes up north. The first day they're up there, they play a pickleball game. She hadn't stretched, she wasn't hydrated, and they got pretty intense with competition. She was lunging for a ball. She felt a pop and a sharp pain in her leg, and she fell to the ground. She tore her Achilles. She's out 8 weeks.
That's painful, right? A painful injury too.
So all preventable. So again, whenever there's aches and pains, take it as a gift, right? If your hip's tight, you know, maybe see physical therapy. If your quads are tight, get on the foam roller. So take those aches and pains as a gift to get you going.
Yeah, just might take a little bit more time to get into it, but you can still be active. All right, what's your takeaway tip for us?
Takeaway tip is injury prevention is about working with your body. So rewrite the story of aging. Make sure you're being intentional.
All right, Dr. Bitner, we always appreciate your expertise and your insight. Thanks so much for being here. We'll be right back after this.